You know that sinking feeling when your doctor shows you your blood sugar numbers and they're climbing higher every month? That moment when you realize your favorite foods might be working against you, and suddenly everything you thought you knew about eating healthy gets turned upside down. If you're living with diabetes or prediabetes, you've probably heard 1,000 times that fruit is off limits because of the sugar content. But here's something that might surprise you. Not all fruits are created equal, and some are actually powerful allies in your fight against high blood sugar. In fact, cutting out fruit completely could mean you're missing out on nature's most potent blood sugar regulators. The truth is, certain fruits contain specific compounds that work like tiny soldiers in your bloodstream, actively helping to lower your glucose levels and improve your A1c over time. These aren't just old wives' tales or wishful thinking. We're talking about solid scientific research from major universities and diabetes research centers that have tested these fruits on real people with real results. Today, I'm going to walk you through the top 4 fruits that have been scientifically proven to help diabetics manage their condition better. We'll dive deep into exactly what makes each one special, how much you should eat, the mistakes that could turn a healthy choice into a blood sugar disaster, and even a luxury recipe for each one that'll make you forget you're eating for your health. Fruit number 1, berries. Let's start with the smallest fruits that pack the biggest punch for diabetics, and that's berries. When we talk about berries, we're focusing mainly on blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These little powerhouses are absolute game changers for anyone dealing with blood sugar issues. Blueberries contain about 84 calories per cup with 21 g of carbohydrates, but here's what makes them special. They're loaded with 14 milligrams of vitamin C, 114 milligrams of potassium, and 3.6 grams of fiber. But the real magic lies in something called anthocyanins, which give blueberries their deep blue color. Studies have shown that these anthocyanins can improve insulin sensitivity by up to 22%, which means your body becomes better at using the insulin it produces. Strawberries bring 49 calories per cup, 12 g of carbohydrates, 89 milligrams of vitamin C, and 3 g of fiber. Raspberries deliver an impressive 8 g of fiber per cup, along with 64 calories and 15 g of carbs. That fiber content is crucial because it slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream, preventing those dangerous spikes that can damage your organs over time. The benefits for diabetics are multiple and significant. Berries have a low glycemic index, typically ranging from 25 to 40, which means they won't cause rapid blood sugar spikes. Research from Harvard University found that people who ate at least 2 servings of blueberries per week had a 23% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The antioxidants in berries, particularly allergic acid in strawberries and raspberries, help reduce inflammation in your body, which is directly connected to insulin resistance. When your body is inflamed, your cells don't respond to insulin properly, but these compounds help calm that inflammation down. Berries also protect your cardiovascular system, which is vital because diabetics have a much higher risk of heart disease. The best way to eat berries is fresh and raw, ideally in the morning with breakfast or as a mid-afternoon snack. You want to eat them with a source of protein or healthy fat to slow down digestion even more. Think a handful of berries with Greek yogurt or blend it into a smoothie with almond butter and spinach. Frozen berries are actually just as nutritious as fresh ones. Sometimes even more so because they're frozen at peak ripes. The biggest mistake people make is eating them in juice form or with added sugar. Once you juice berries, you remove all that beneficial fiber and you're left with concentrated sugar that will spike your blood sugar just like soda. Another common error is eating them with processed cereals or sweetened yogurts, which completely defeats the purpose. For our luxury recipe, we're making a mixed berry chia parfait with coconut cream and pistachio crumble. You'll need 1 cup of mixed fresh berries, 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1 cup of unsweetened coconut cream, 2 TBSP of crushed pistachios, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a pinch of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of stevia or monk fruit sweetener. Mix the chia seeds with half a cup of unsweetened almond milk and let it sit for 20 minutes until it forms a pudding consistency. Whip the coconut cream with vanilla extract and sweetener until light and fluffy. Slice strawberries into quarters and keep other berries whole. Toast crushed pistachios in a dry pan for 2 minutes. In a clear glass, layer chia pudding at the bottom. Add mixed. Berries. Then whipped coconut cream. Sprinkle cinnamon. Add another berry layer. Top with more coconut cream and finish with toasted pistachios. This takes 25 minutes and looks absolutely stunning while being completely diabetes friendly. The normal dose for berries is about 1 cup per day split between meals. Start with half a cup if you're new to eating berries and monitor your blood sugar response. Side effects of overdose are minimal, but eating more than 2 to 3 cups daily might cause digestive issues like bloating or diarrhea because of high fiber content. If you're on blood thinners like Warfarin, berries contain vitamin K, which can interfere with medication, so keep intake consistent. When buying berries, look for ones that are firm, plump, and deeply colored. Avoid containers with moisture or mold. Organic berries are worth the extra cost for strawberries, especially because conventional strawberries are heavily sprayed with pesticides. Buy berries in season when cheaper and freeze them yourself for year-round access. Fruit number 2. 2. Avocado. Yes, avocado is technically a fruit, and it might just be the most important fruit a diabetic can eat regularly. What makes avocados absolutely revolutionary for blood sugar management is their unique nutritional profile that's completely different from any other fruit on earth. A medium avocado weighing about 200 grams contains approximately 320 calories, 17 grams of carbohydrates. But here's the kicker, 13 of those GBs are only 4G. That's almost nothing in terms of blood sugar impact. You're also getting 29 grams of healthy monounsaturated fats, the same kind found in olive oil, 4 grams of protein, 975 milligrams of potassium, which is more than 2 bananas, 20 milligrams of magnesium, 12 milligrams of vitamin C, and good amounts of vitamin E, vitamin K, folate, and B vitamins. The benefits for diabetics are honestly extraordinary. The high fiber and fat content means avocados have a glycemic index of essentially 0. They don't raise blood sugar at all. A study published in the Nutrition Journal found that adding half an avocado to lunch helped overweight people feel satisfied for longer and reduced their desire to eat by 40% over the next 3 hours without increasing blood sugar. The monounsaturated fats in avocados have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation, which are both critical factors in managing diabetes. Research from the Journal of Clinical Lipidology demonstrated that eating 1 avocado daily for 5 weeks improved cholesterol levels and reduced belly fat in overweight adults. Belly fat is particularly dangerous for diabetics because it's directly linked to insulin resistance. Avocados also contain a compound called avocatin B, which researchers found can help reduce insulin resistance by targeting incomplete fat oxidation in skeletal muscle and the pancreas. The best way to eat avocado is fresh and raw because cooking can break down some beneficial nutrients. Adding avocado to meals that contain carbohydrates actually helps lower the glycemic response of the entire meal. If you eat toast, adding avocado to it will significantly reduce how much that bread spikes your blood sugar. You can eat it for breakfast mashed on whole grain toast with eggs, for lunch in salads or sandwiches, or as an afternoon snack with vegetables or a handful of nuts. The fat content keeps you satisfied for hours. The mistake most people make is eating avocado with high-carb foods without considering portion sizes of those carbs. Another error is buying guacamole from the store that's loaded with added sugars, preservatives, and low-quality oils. Always make your own or read labels carefully. For our luxury recipe, we're making avocado and smoked salmon roses with cucumber ribbons and lemon dill cream. You'll need 2 ripe but firm avocados, 200 grams of high-quality smoked salmon, 1 large cucumber, juice of 1 lemon, 3 tablespoons of full-fat sour cream or Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of fresh dill, finely chopped, 1 TSP of capers, extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, and cracked black pepper. Make the lemon dill cream by mixing sour cream with half the lemon juice, dill, salt, and pepper. Use a vegetable peeler to create long, thin ribbons from the cucumber and toss with olive oil, salt, and remaining lemon juice. Slice avocados in half, remove pit, peel away skin and slice each half into thin slices. Cut smoked salmon into strips the same width as avocado slices. Fan out avocado slices slightly. Lay a strip of salmon on top and carefully roll into a rose shape. Place each rose on a plate. Arrange cucumber ribbons around it, drizzle lemon dill cream over everything, scatter capers, add olive oil, and finish with cracked pepper. This takes 30 minutes and looks like something from a 5-star restaurant. The normal dose for avocado is about half to 1 whole avocado per day. Start with half and see how your body responds. Side effects of overdosing are generally digestive. Eating too many can cause upset stomach, bloating, or diarrhea because of high fat and fiber content. Some people are allergic to avocados, particularly those with latex allergies. If you're taking blood thinners, the vitamin K in avocados can interfere with medication. When buying avocados, hold it in your palm and gently squeeze without using fingertips. It should yield to gentle pressure but not feel mushy. Check under the small stem cap. If it comes off easily and you see green underneath, it's ripe. Buy firm avocados and let them ripen at home on your counter. Fruit number 3, 3 apples. There's an old saying that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And for diabetics, there's actually solid scientific truth to this folk wisdom. Apples are one of the most researched fruits when it comes to blood sugar management. A medium apple, roughly 182 gr, contains about 95 calories, 25 g of carbohydrates, and 4.4 g of fiber, with a significant portion being soluble fiber called pectin. You're also getting 8.44 mg of vitamin C, 195 mg of potassium, and a wide array of polyphenols, particularly quercetin, which is concentrated in the skin. Different apple varieties have slightly different nutritional profiles, but they all share the same beneficial compounds that help with diabetes management. The benefits for diabetics are numerous and scientifically validated. Apples have a low to medium glycemic index ranging from 30 to 50 depending on the variety, with Granny Smith apples being on the lower end. The fiber in apples, especially the pectin, slows down digestion and the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, which prevents those dangerous spikes. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate at least 5 apples per week had a significantly lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who didn't eat apples. The polyphenols in apples, particularly in the skin, have been shown to reduce glucose absorption in the digestive tract and stimulate insulin receptors, making your cells more responsive to insulin. Research found that women who ate 3 apples per day for 10 weeks had lower blood sugar levels. Apples also contain antioxidants that protect the insulin-producing beta cells in your pancreas from oxidative stress, which is crucial because once these cells are damaged, you lose the ability to produce insulin naturally. The best way to eat apples for blood sugar management is with the skin on, because that's where most of the beneficial compounds live. Eating a whole apple is far superior to drinking apple juice, which removes all the fiber and concentrates the sugar. The ideal time to eat an apple is as a snack between meals, paired with a protein source like a handful of almonds, some cheese, or peanut butter. The combination of fiber from the apple and protein from the other food creates an even more stable blood sugar response. The mistake that trips up most diabetics is eating apples in processed forms like applesauce, apple juice, dried apples, or apple pie, all of which either concentrate the sugars or add extra sugar and remove the beneficial fiber. Another common error is eating apples that are overripe, which have higher sugar content and lower fiber. For our luxury recipe, we're creating baked cinnamon apples with walnut style and sugar-free vanilla bean cream. You'll need 4 medium Granny Smith or Honey Crisp apples, half a cup of chopped walnuts, 2 TBSP of almond flour, 1 TBSP of coconut oil, 2 TSP of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 TBSP of granulated or monk fruit sweetener, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, seeds from 1 vanilla bean, and a pinch of sea salt. Preheat the oven to 350 degree OF. Core the apples from the top, creating a well but leaving the bottom intact. Mix chopped walnuts with almond flour, melted coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, nutmeg, half of the sweetener, and salt until it forms a crumbly mixture. Stuff each apple generously with this walnut style. Place apples in a baking dish. Sprinkle remaining cinnamon over the tops. Add 1/4 cup of water to the bottom of dish and bake for 35 to 40 minutes until tender but not mushy. Whip heavy cream with vanilla bean seeds and remaining sweetener until soft peaks form. Place each baked apple on a dessert plate. Drizzle any juice from the baking pan over them and top with vanilla cream. This takes 50 minutes and tastes absolutely divine. The normal dose for apples is 1 medium apple per day, which you can eat all at once or split between snacks. Side effects of overdose are mainly digestive because of high fiber content. Eating too many apples can cause gas, bloating, or diarrhea. Some people experience oral allergy syndrome with apples, particularly those with birch pollen allergies, which causes itching or swelling in the mouth and throat. When buying apples, look for ones that are firm with no soft spots, bruises, or wrinkles. For the lowest glycemic impact, choose Granny Smith apples, which are more tart and have slightly less sugar. Organic apples are worth considering because conventional apples are typically treated with pesticides. Store apples in the refrigerator where they'll last several weeks instead of just days. 4. Pears. Fruit number 4. Pears are the underappreciated cousin of apples, but they deserve a spotlight of their own when it comes to diabetes management. These bell-shaped fruits have a unique texture and nutritional profile that makes them particularly valuable for blood sugar control. A medium pear, about 178 green, contains approximately 101 calories, 27 grams of carbohydrates, and an impressive 5.5 grams of fiber, which is higher than most other fruits. You're also getting 8 milligrams of vitamin C, 206 milligrams of potassium, 12 micrograms of vitamin K, and good amounts of copper and antioxidants, particularly in the skin. The texture of pears comes from stone cells in the fruit, which are part of that beneficial fiber content. The benefits for diabetics are significant and backed by solid research. Pears have a glycemic index of around 38, which is considered low and means they won't cause rapid blood sugar spikes. The high fiber content, particularly in soluble fiber, promotes digestive health and slows down the release of sugar into your bloodstream. A study in the journal Nutrition and Metabolism found that consuming pears improved glycemic control and reduced inflammation markers in adults at risk for metabolic syndrome, which often precedes type 2 diabetes. The flavonoids in pears, particularly in the skin, have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce oxidative stress. Research demonstrated that the polyphenols in pears can inhibit certain enzymes that break down carbohydrates into simple sugars, effectively lowering the glycemic impact of meals. Pears also contain a unique combination of fiber types that feed beneficial gut bacteria, and emerging research shows that gut health is directly connected to blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity. The best way to eat pears is fresh with the skin on, just like apples, because the skin contains most of the fiber and beneficial compounds. Pears are unique in that they ripen better off the tree, so you'll often buy them firm and let them ripen at home until they yield slightly to pressure at the neck. Eat them when they're just ripe for the best flavor and texture. Pears pair wonderfully with protein and fat. Try them sliced with cheese, in a salad with nuts, or as a snack with almond butter. The mistakes people make with pears include letting them get too ripe and mushy, at which point the sugar concentration increases. Eating canned pears is another major error because they're usually packed in heavy syrup that's loaded with added sugar. Dried pears concentrate the sugars and remove the water content, making them much more likely to spike blood sugar. For our luxury recipe, we're making poached pears with cinnamon and star in red wine reduction with macaron cream. You'll need 4 firm but ripe pears, preferably Bosc or Anjou, 2 cups of dry red wine, 1 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of erythritol, 2 cinnamon sticks, 3 whole star anise, 1 whole vanilla bean split lengthwise, zest of 1 orange, half a cup of macaron cheese, 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, and 1 teaspoon of powdered erythritol. Peel the pears while keeping the stem intact and slice a small piece off the bottom so they stand upright. In a deep saucepan, combine red wine, water, granulated sweetener, cinnamon sticks, star anise, vanilla bean, and orange zest. Bring to a gentle simmer. Place pears upright in the liquid. Cover the pan and let them poach gently for 25 to 30 minutes. Remove pears carefully. and set aside. Turn up heat and let the poaching liquid reduce by half, about 10 to 15 minutes, until it becomes syrupy. Mix maize or pony with heavy cream and powdered sweetener until smooth. Place each pear on a plate standing upright. Drizzle the reduced wine sauce around and over the pear and add a dollop of macaroni cream on the side. This elegant dessert takes about an hour but looks like something from a Michelin-starred restaurant. The normal dose for pears is 1 medium pear per day. Monitor your individual blood sugar response because everyone's body reacts slightly differently. Side effects of overdose mainly involve digestive discomfort. Since pears are very high in fiber, eating too many can cause bloating, gas, or loose stools. Pears also contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol, and in large amounts this can have a laxative effect. When buying pears, understanding ripeness is key because unlike most fruits, pears don't ripen well on the tree. Buy pears that are firm without any soft spots or bruises. To ripen them at home, leave them at room temperature for a few days to a week. Check ripeness by gently pressing near the stem. If it yields to gentle pressure, it's ready. For the lowest glycemic impact, Bosc pears tend to be slightly less sweet than Bartlett or Anjou. So, there you have it. The 4 best fruits scientifically proven to help manage diabetes and lower your blood sugar and A1c naturally. Berries with their powerful antioxidants and fiber. Avocados with their healthy fats and zero glycemic impact. Apples with their pectin and polyphenols. And pears with their impressive fiber content and insulin sensitizing compounds. These aren't just theoretical benefits. These are real tools you can use every single day to take control of your health. Start with one fruit. See how your body responds by checking your blood sugar after eating and gradually incorporate the others. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 4 fruits you're most excited to try and share this video with someone struggling with diabetes. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next